Good to see everybody. Today I'm going to be faceting a gemstone. Figured I'd also show you guys some of what I've been working on the last couple of weeks. No, I've had a lot of festivals and just been busy with some things. I'm working on a box for somebody. This is one side, that's another side. We on some royal shit here. Definitely will be the biggest thing I have ever made. It's gonna be absolutely insane. Also, with the faceting that I've been going on, I have some gold. I have a good amount of diamonds and some nice Montana sapphires. I am looking to create some jewelry with those, unless somebody wants to buy the sapphires just outright. What am I saying here? Sorry guys, I'm getting a little set up right now. I'm gonna set the view here. No. Oh, so if anyone's looking would like a custom ring, or like if you've been sapphire hunting here in Montana or somewhere else you've gone gem hunting and you'd like one of those stones turned into a piece of wearable memory, hit us up. celestialreach59801@gmail.com. Also, you can just go over to the Instagram or even message on YouTube now, apparently. I'm gonna have to figure that shit out. That is very nice. Also have a ton of new melees in. Like, I have a literal rainbow of tiny ass stones. They're all really pretty. Let's see here. Where, oh where? There's light. Boom. See, is this gonna stretch? Could you grab me my cord out of... Yeah, the long one. This really isn't set up for recording. And I do apologize for the amount of time it has taken me to get set up. I kind of last minute decided I was doing there and then run it. Thank you. And then run the cord up through here to me. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. Oh wow, I'm actually getting good views, of course, because I'm not prepared.
Well, because everybody's excited to see what you got going on. There's something new.
I know, right?
They're not prepared because it's something new.
Alrighty.
And how could they not be excited about those things?
Put a plate on. I am going to go with this. It's called the Stone Saver design. I modified the math on it to work with sapphires. Because sapphires, hell yeah. What's up?
See sparkles. It looks like broken balls.
That's... And then give me... There we go.
You want the iPad for...
I was gonna grab my other phone over there. Where? Yeah, perfect. Thank you. No, I'm. This will work. Thank you, I appreciate it. Alrighty, so machine is set up. If anyone has any questions or comments on this, I will happily explain. Let me give you a closer look at our Montana Sapphire today.
The other fun toy that you have is your microscope. The video you took today with the ruby was super cool.
That ruby's gorgeous.
If you guys don't follow him on Reddit, you should check out his Reddit channel.
I can't believe that I was actually right on, or well, I think I was actually right on the treatment with just a 10 times loop. The one I have is super full, so it'll be that one. So this is the Montana Sapphire that I'm faceting today. I'll zoom in real quick. It's gonna turn out to be a green one. A lot of them have been. It's unheated, untreated. I think, you know, I don't know that this one's unheated because I got this one secondhand. Let me zoom out real quick. And let's get started. So we lock it into the machine. And my first angle is going to be 40 degrees. Almost exactly, 40.05. We have the indicator here of the angle. And if you're learning faceting, this is a good, this might be a good place to start. I set my height adjustment all the way up so that I can lower it as needed. And my first number is going to be 3, although I like cutting my sides evenly. I see 3, 9, and then 87 and 93. So I'm going to start at 87. And then I'm going to move it down. Although, am I going to start at 87? Yes. Yes, I am. Start the weather going. Hello, treasure. Or the water going. Thank you to the people who have hit that like button. Get the water spinning. Protect my mast. I put this rag here, so any water that comes out of that spot, I'm going to build a plastic thing to go in there. As I'm cutting, so the first cut will be the center point, and as I'm doing that, I will keep the speed fast. Whenever you raise or lower this thing, you want to use both hands and be very careful with it because it can easily just drop down, and that's the last thing you want. Now, I do believe this machine is slightly off, and I'm still working on figuring out how to calibrate it perfectly. I notice it doesn't touch here, but it touches here. That's okay. I can work with that knowing that. Alright, I am pulling up chat on my other device so I can actually see it. And yeah, if anyone wants any jewelry, I do some interesting work. If you would like a flash of some of the jewelry we make, let me know. I can get Treasure to grab some. I think my water drip is going a little fast. Do I need to zoom out a bit? Can I get any... Okay, thank you. Well, I want people to see the whole machine because it gets really boring just looking at a stone on the... Okay, so I'm going to cut through the entire first line and just see how close to that center point I am. I hope everyone out there is having a wonderful day.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I'll keep up on the
I
chat.
really
I gotta
appreciate
switch
that.
to water.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Are you able to pin the little white
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have their email on it.
Which one? Appreciate. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking. Okay, and then I go to 45. What the fuck? Go away. I'm muting that. I'm sorry, that's fucking feedback. Okay, got that fixed. 45, 39.
In the bedroom.
You know, I thought it would be really complicated to edit the design to work in Sapphires. And I was right. It really fucking is. It's not quite calculus, but, well, I'm pretty sure it's not quite calculus. Definitely in the trigonometry pre-calc area, though. Thank God for being able to plug in an equation and just, like, roll from there. Alrighty, so I can already see we are a ways from our center point. Wow. What does it say? Can you, here, I want to show you, see the analytics of it real quick.
That's what I was trying to
I can see that. Yeah, I was like, okay, thank you. I know. Hey. Oh. That's fascinating. Okay. Thank you guys for checking out the channel, and if you hit that like button, it really helps. So does the memberships and all, but the like button is free, and it really helps me like continue to work on building this and a future and pretty things, because I love building pretty things. What's my plan for this weekend? Ooh, that's a great question. Well, tomorrow I'm going to be doing the Gem and Jewels sale show, which will be starting out with a board of Montana sapphires that I cut and jewelry, which will be really cool because there's this dissonance that Allison Prairie Girl Rocks brought up that like showing my work next to estate stones that I've bought is, you know, kind of weird because I got to charge for my labor, but when I just buy the stones at really good prices, they're really affordable. So there's that. then I'm probably going to, unless somebody wants a different... Steven! Sup, bruh? No, it's cool. You got them perfect, and I appreciate you. I'm probably going to take this blue that I faceted and a couple of these diamonds and make a ring in some sort of gold, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe I won't even make a ring. Maybe I'll make a pendant, because pendants, like, rings have to fit whoever likes them, where pendants, as long as the person likes it, like, we can find a chain to make that thing fit. I ain't gotta edit anything. Hey, Michelle! Thank you, Steven. I hope everyone out there is having a good week. Thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up button. It really does help. I'm kind of shocked YouTube actually, like, threw me some love earlier. Treasure, thank you. I'm pretty sure you, like, you see that big dip in analytics. I'm pretty sure you saved it. And then here in a second, I'll pull this out, and we will take a closer look at where the stone is. That is one really badass thing about this machine. So, it's not quite at the center point, but it's getting really close and pretty quickly. So that's awesome. Hell yes! Do that live. Okay, so now I've slowed the wheel down a bit. Now, we're not quite to the center point, so I'm not gonna like crazy slow it down yet until we are. But I do want my facets as close as possible on this piece. I'm not going for a speed run on this. I'm going for perfection and quality. 22 watchers, 27. Yeah, I know, like, I appreciate every thumbs up. I appreciate every person who stops and watches for a second, every comment, emoji, purchases. Appreciate it all, guys. Okay, boom, boom. I use all of the above. I have plates that are, this one's a 3000, which is where I start with my sapphires. We just picked up another one of these that'll be coming in. This is a Lightning Lap 1200 pre-polish, and then I use a copper lap with a diamond chapstick tube that is missing. That might pose a problem. But where the fuck did that go? Oh shit. That's somewhere around here, and yeah. Sorry, my brain gets like caught when something like that goes missing. I'm wondering if I knocked it off or it rolled away or what the hell happened. I'll have to find it. Hopefully we won't get to polishing. Or, I don't know. It's a chapstick tube of the diamond grit for polishing.
Oh, okay.
Found it. I found it. I fucking moved it.
Usually,
No.
I'm guilty though.
I was like, what did I do with this thing?
What is that?
Garnets.
Okay. I heard the...
Thank you.
I need to find it right now.
Yeah, well, not now, but yeah, I was like, man, I can't polish if I don't find that.
I like how you have the Cap King in the back, but I wonder if you could tilt it down more so the comments aren't on the rock. How are you, Michelle? Hi, Iris.
Hey, Iris. Back at you.
Did you like your own?
Huh? No, I did not. Thank you.
You gotta like your own.
That's true.
Okay. Lay down with me.
Okay.
I want like a 20-second delay.
Okay. Want to try to keep my facets as even as possible. That's a good point, Michelle. As long as you're alive, you can always fight to make the future better. Are you do you mean Luke Beasley? Of course I would know who that is. Alright, we're getting really close to the center point too. Not quite there though. Doesn't my ring look fucking badass? I need to make another one. I want to make myself one out of Montana Sapphires. Actually, they don't even have to be Montana Sapphires. They just need to be stones that I cut myself. Okay, switching back to the other side. But let me show you guys how the stone's looking. So you notice there's still that little bit right there that's rough, but otherwise it's pretty good. It's looking pretty clean. Wet it down real quick. Alright, so we got a little ways to go still, but it's... Oh, I'm going to slow my machine down just a little more. Because precision is important. Hey man, you have a badass dinner. That sounds great. Oh, you're good. You're good, Iris. Yeah, you can mention a content creator without that breaking the rule. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I totally forgot that, yeah, I was, yeah, showing rock. My bad. Thank you guys for letting me know. No, I know what you mean there, Iris. I am struggling to not comment on it, but... What? It's too hot?
Seriously, it's not even easy. Yeah, I'm still on a delay. So it's kind of weird.
And
I like listening though.
Okay.
I'm surprised the CT isn't fucking...
So, if you notice, this thing bounces, and I know where I'm holding the stone slightly. That's how I know it's still cutting, is if it's still bouncing like that. Once the thing stops, it's good enough for this cut through. Bouncing pretty heavily there. I used to watch Luke and Adam a lot, but then one day I noticed Adam was running ads for companies owned by people he's constantly talking shit about, and I'm like, dude, that's really hypocritical. Like, are you just in this for the money? Kind of killed it. Steven. Oh man. I've air conditioning. I'd be curious if he actually produces that himself, or if he just sources it from somewhere and then, you know, slaps his name on it. Which, no hate. Like, honestly, I think I'm working too hard, way all the time. I'm like, I am putting way too much effort in. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So now I'm going to really slow the wheel down. To a couple hundred revolutions a minute. And this is simply to get the sizes of each facet exactly the way I want them. Sapphire. Oh wait. What was my first gemstone that I cut? Fuck. Get back here. I think the first one I cut was a quartz. But it moved to sapphires really, really quickly.
My first one was a quartz.
Your first one, yeah.
And then you're right. My first non-quartz was a lab side.
I kind of skipped the lab phase.
Well, you had enough material to do that.
True. Okay.
I like the size of it. Do you want your sticky note?
Nah. Where'd it go? Actually, because that's not
It's right up there. Here, I'll hold it here. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This was a little trick I thought would be helpful.
It
since there's
is.
so many numbers. Yeah.
Alrighty. So, for the sapphire, wait. Boom. There we go. Thank you, Angel. And so you can see that this cut was originally made for quartz. And that's why I've got these angles set next to said. So these angles are for sapphire. I might make another set of angles for tourmaline. She has on the faceting machine. And she's done a pretty good job of it too. Or on the Weaver. Okay, so my next angle is 4.48. I just consider that 4. So that's what it reads there now. And then my first number will be 16. I'm going to raise it up, even though by raising the angle up, it, lifts it. So I'll have to bring it down. And this is the same, cut to center point. Thankfully, I already know where the center point is, so I don't have to play as many games like I did the last time. Once I know the first facet is at the center point, or close to it, I can just cut them all and then slow it down for the okay. And I can show you what that looks like real quick. So that was the facet that I just started doing, and it'll need to reach that center point where these facets are all start meeting together. And once it gets like really close to that, I know I can cut the other facets. The Cab King is so much fun. Like, this is kind of like baking, where the Cab King is like cooking, you know, something else that you really like. But not baking, because baking is baking. Yeah, it's an amazing machine. It really is. Okay. That's what I mean. It's a science to baking, where the Cab King, there's a little bit of science, like all cooking, but it's more art in my limited experience. Alrighty, we're getting really close to that center point. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the rest of the facets, and then I'll do the slower cut to get them perfect. Where there's a will, there's a way. Okay, we can come back to that later. So next is going to be 64. Yes, 64. It's not too good with... You know, my brain isn't always good with math. Honestly, Michelle, you could get... You don't necessarily need to know the math. It's kind of like baking, where you don't really, like, if you find the proper design for whatever you're working with, then you just follow the instructions, and they're laid out really well on these. Yeah. Wow, we're doing... At least the analytics are pretty good. Thank you to everyone who's hit that like button so far. I really do appreciate that. Wait, there's a spinning wheel? Oh, yeah. Double click this thing. There's a spinning wheel, I say, with the spinning wheel in front of me. Well said, Iris. Well said. And what you're watching here is the first step of creating jewelry completely from scratch and in the most ethical way possible. Like, they try to tell you lab diamonds are, and I'm working on a video on this, are the most ethical. They're grown in China with crazy amounts of coal-fueled power. Cut in India by people who are underpaid, and oftentimes, you know, we would not consider them old enough to be working that sort of a job or any sort of a job. Like, whereas I try to recycle my diamonds. I go get them out of a literal scrap bucket. And I try to get natural ones if I can, but ones that, you know, like, why go for new ones when you can recycle? And not have to pay quite as much. Alright, so I slow the wheel down a little bit. Oh, nice idea. That's a really good idea, Treasure. Thank you. Getting really close. Boom. There is my center point. Right? Oh, and then a lot of the gold, I got distracted, sorry. A lot of the gold I use is also recycled. And I tend to source most of the materials when we're talking about jewelry made with the Montana sapphires I cut right here in Montana from local businesses or something to that effect. And handcraft everything from the ground up. Okay, nice, nice, nice. So then I go over to 16, and I cut this side. And next, I go to cut the girdle. Out to our center point. Almost. There we are. So far it's going well.
No surprise cracks.
Not that I see, no. $28. And 32. At this point, I pretty much have the memories or the numbers for each of these lines almost memorized. So I've cut this design quite a few times. Okay. Up next. Now, I should, and I might still, measure this to get the exact stone size that I need when cutting this. And I might. But I've noticed that it's not absolutely necessary with this design. I mean, it does make the pavilion add up perfectly when you do it that way. If you don't, this part the girdle will be a little thicker, but they still look fantastic from the top, and yeah. Okay, so 90. I need to set at 90. Too hot out there?
Yeah, I've got 2 more slots and then
Nice. Alrighty, 89, 90. Take this out. Set to the first number, which will be 16 again. Roll it all the way back. Lower this down to make sure I'm far enough back. Lock it in because that's as far as it's gonna go. Okay, we'll do that. I'm going to unlock and push this in just a bit. I noticed that it's feeling a little stuck, so I'm going to just slightly... That was dumb as fuck. My monster is safe. That is all that matters. I'm just going to wipe some WD-40 on this. That'll help prevent rusting and, you know, help this. Maybe. Maybe it's got a nick and I need to polish it. I don't know. Okay. Then I lower. I do this part really slow so I can get every point and carat back that I possibly can. When I find a spot that, you know, it's not cutting the girdle the way I need, then I will lower it more. Let's see if that might be enough. Stone literally talks to me a little bit. Why is girdle on the edge? What did I miss? I missed some things. I'm sorry. Sometimes you gotta get off the beaten trails. That is true. Never had the woods very close. Yeah, I'm lucky. I grew up with them all around me. Okay, and then... I think the term girdle is taken from another thing in clothing that goes around the thick part of something or someone, maybe? I don't fucking know. I think it's a piece of clothing worn by rich guys. Or it used to be. The edge, I always cut on the edge myself just because with the stone or the machine being slightly off, I know that, like, where I'm cutting at, and it helps me get consistent results every time. Okay, so then I need 64. Google Maps is absolutely amazing. It's not just for ladies, Treasure. I know rich guys used to wear them too. I think it's gonna be enough. No. Okay, so this is my lowest side, apparently. Let's see what that has to say. It doesn't even touch there, so I have to move it down a little bit more and recut all of them to the same point. Yes, it can be adjusted, but it's very challenging. I've tried a couple of times. I've gotten it better, but not perfect. That said, like, it's good enough where with the results that I am super happy with the results we've been getting. Super happy with them. I also want all my facet meet points to join up correctly, which they mostly are. Okay, 16. Yes. It takes usually 6 to 8 hours. I would say this recently, with the way I've been doing it recently, this part takes the longest, getting the general shape cut right, because most of it I have to slow the machine down so much and like check the cuts every time, make sure the facets are lining up, etc. It used to be polishing, though. Oh, the pavilion. That, because I'm on... Well, maybe. Girdle's usually not that hard to cut in comparison. All told, it usually takes me anywhere from 5 to 10 hours to cut a stone. Hopefully I'll be able to get that down. Okay, we are done with that line, I think. To be sure, I should pull it out and do a better inspection. Now I'm going to lose a lot on this stone because of the general shape over here, but it is what it is. So I move to my next line. If I remember correctly, it is it starts on number 6. It does. So I go 6 back. I love a good polishing. Get to see the results and if you fucked up or not. That's funny. I just don't like tables. Tables are the part that can be a real pain in the butt. Alright, so now I lower it till contact is made. And I need the corner facet to line up with Yeah, and it's not yet. This is really going to shorten this stone. Can you grab me the calipers, please? Never mind. Sorry, never mind. What's that? One. Somewhere. With what? Sorry about that. That's as good as it's gonna get on me. So. Okay, that's taking a minute. So I intensify the speed a bit. And that convinces it to take the Sapphire down quicker. Then I slow it down a bit as we start getting close, because no need to cut any more off than necessary. Switch over to 42. Oh, that's nice, Iris. I found that one video about VTuber quality and, like, you know, fighting back against the AI to be really interesting. Okay. Do you want to switch the AC to fan mode? Do you want to switch the AC to fan mode?
Are you supposed to?
No, but I don't mind saving money on the power bill. Mm-hmm. Okay. Probably should have went with the other faceting design. Terry, how's it going? I kind of hope I get to see you tomorrow. Too. Got some new stones I'll be showing off in the beginning, although I totally understand, like, you've got a job and all that, you know? Oh, Michelle, thank you so much. Those really, really do help. I really do appreciate it. I'm trying, so this next one, I didn't get one in July, but August, I'm hoping I'll be able to put towards a trip to the Sapphire mine. So I just want to say, like, thank you guys for those donations. They do help a lot. Okay, now I'm going to slow it down. The next angle is, index is super, super close. Oh! 1 o'clock Mountain Standard? So... I want to say that's like 3 p.m. Eastern. That's cool. I'm glad to hear you'll be there. Alright, so my next facets, the ones I just did were basically 6 and -6 is the way I see it. Now it's 2 and -2. Which is a very slight facet, but I'm going to take it very slow. Oh, okay. Need to get raised up a bit. Alrighty. I know what you mean there. Sometimes we gotta make our own family, Michelle. Maybe you're gonna work with me, right? Some inclusions there, but it's okay. Got to take a little closer look. Sorry, I thought I just heard loud knocking. It scared the hell out of me. Or not scared me, but just made anxiety flare a little bit. I feel you. It's been super hot here too, Terry. But that is crazy that those trucks are that hot. That is not okay. I think we'll have to start leaving a bottle of water out back on the chair for any drivers dropping something off. Okay. Now to inspect again. That lines up really well, so I'm going with it. This is probably going to turn out to be like a 40 to 50 pointer, and there's no need to burn a ton of time on that when I'm going to try to get like $200, maybe $300 out of this now. At most. Well, I mean, if it turns out really good, maybe 4, but I know it's always best to not get greedy. Next, I'm cutting the Barian facets. And my first angle is 61.4 on this. Okay, so 61, 2, 3, and 4. Under his white bat. Aw. I bet that's hard to do. The like videography of that would not be an easy thing, or it doesn't sound like it would be. Oh, and the first facet is on a 6, so I want to start there and really slow my wheel down. Thanks again to everyone who hit that like button, just chilled out and hung out and watched. I really do appreciate it. Speaking of mics, how has the mic quality been recently? To me, it sounds a lot better. But that's to me. Okay, I think that facet's big enough. Oh, wait. That's right. I know when those facets are big enough because it makes the girdle line up with back there. Really close. Boom. Oh yes, yeah, I've learned several new cuts. This one is a new cut. I wasn't really able to do this one before this machine. My hex cut that I did on this machine came out way better. I did a round the other day, actually this one, and it turned out spectacular. So yeah, no, this is everything I knew it would be. Perfect. Oh my god. Okay, wow. This is turning out fairly decent. I need... So, I need to change the line. Please remind me if I come back that I haven't actually changed any of the settings on the machine yet. I just kind of... I will be right back. I need 30 seconds to a minute. Sorry about that. I needed to grab myself some ibuprofen. What did I miss, yo? Square cut. Yeah, I've done some emeralds. Actually, down here I have an emerald cut that I just need to finish, but I forgot I was doing this one out of my head, and so thankfully there's enough girdle for me to redo it. but I basically got to redo all the angles and figure them out again. Thank you. Butterflies. Yeah, I ain't quite there yet. I hope to do a butterfly. I want to do it's called a sakura. Okay, so here are some of the faceting designs I have right now. This is an easy octagon. It's where I start. I want to do this one. It's for tourmaline. It looks amazing. I did this cushion cut with lutetium aluminum garnet. I haven't done this one on this machine. It was a really good one to learn with. That's the easy octagon again. I have done this one, although I cut a table. Boom. There it is. This is called the Sakura, or it's designed after a cherry blossom, and I need to convert it to work with sapphires, but I really want to. As a matter of fact, it's kind of on my I'm doing this list because I need to do it for me. I'm gonna put it up on the top now, and I'm going to hunt through my sapphires that I have and make that happen, because that's been a goal for a long time. I think cherry blossom cuts with Montana sapphire. Okay, I have not changed the settings. 62.25 is my next one. Raise this up again. We'll call that good. Right, Terry? Like, I think it would be a really good one, and I might try to find a way to rename it for some flower that we're known for, although that's really challenging, you know? Because Montana's known for huckleberries, but I can't think of, like, a flower that we're known for. Wait. 62.25. I am set at 62.25. Okay. And then after these two cuts, I'll pull it off again, and I will kind of give you guys a closer, look at these facets so you can kind of see better what I did, because it is really hard to just know. just keep faceting, that's fine. And
Do you have another rock dopped?
no, but I don't need one dopped. Like, I'll just keep going. Oh, actually, yeah, I do have another one
because
dopped.
you have to switch it to the crown, right? After you do the ribbon.
Yeah, and technically I have this one dopped too, and I could
Okay.
work on finishing this one if need be, because I was just talking about it. We'll see where I go, but...
Well, we have leftovers for dinner, so we don't have to cook.
yeah, we do. We have lots of... Okay, Montana State flower is the bitter root. It's a pretty pink flower. I think huckleberries have flowers too, yeah. It's just, like, no one knows the name bitterroot, but everyone knows sakura or cherry blossoms. And we'll be doing another faceting stream sometime next week. I'm going to be giving Jessica the initial, like, how to use this machine so she can start cutting some of the smaller ones that we have. And
That are still pretty.
oh yeah, they're totally pretty. It's just hard to do these 43 line designs that I love. Yeah. No, thank you.
Sure, it's just a big chug to help with your,
I'm good.
So I should have thought of that also.
I might drink some in a bit, but okay. So let me show you guys what these facets look like now.
It's not good.
Oh, I'm sure it is not.
Lost.
So, oh, I noticed this one's not quite even, so I'm gonna go raise that one up a little bit. But we got enough here to keep going, and this stone's gonna be amazing. Because I fucking said so. Excuse my language. And again, thank you guys. I don't know. I've never even heard it. Of it before. The bitterroot? Okay, so it's not that side. It's one of these sides. That one. Boom. Okay. And whoop. Boop. Sound effect. What the fuck was that? Oh, because it's not plugged in all the way like it should be. I was like, why is it all of a sudden so off? There we go. Okay. So now I go back to my faceting design. The next line is 96 and 48. So actually I consider that 0 because I work in a symmetrical way where I've got the 48 half and the 96 half. You know, halfway. And so, like, say the first number is 7, I know if it's symmetrical that -7 or 85, 6, 7, 8, 9, 89 is the number I need. But 96, my center points, Oh boy. At 41 degrees, that is quite a different angle from 61, 62. So I gotta lift it all the way up to make sure. 41, 41. Oh, but it's actually 39 because of my editing it for. Yeah, there's that. Did I lose someone? I might have to make a huckleberry. You guys want to take a break and some cool stones that I've been wanting to play with? Like, I want to make some real art pieces. And I've been... You know what? Let's just take a quick break. Y'all come with me. Let's talk about... But we're going to talk about some nice pieces of jewelry. Today we got a ruby ring. Jessica got a ruby ring. I just was her advisor on it. It looks like it's a heat-only ruby. I think she's asking like $1,800 on that thing. Like the ruby's over a carat. It's sitting in 18 karat gold. Super nice. Alrighty, welcome to the madhouse. So, some things that I picked up recently. Blue sapphires, including some bigger 2.8 millimeters. I have yellow sapphires by the shit ton. We got a lot of diamonds. But check these out. So I've been stashing these for some time because I want to make an art project with them. I want to make a brooch that has like flowers and a butterfly. I need to cut a piece for the center of the butterfly. That would be a ton of fun. Also, let's see here. Guitar pick I was working on for Will. So I have this sapphire. I think it might be a Montana, but I'm not sure. It is a nice 1-carater. We got these Montana sapphire cabs that I did. So those are Will's for Will's project. So I have this entire tray of color for gemstones. A veritable rainbow. Some other really pretty stones. Oh, absolutely, Iris. Absolutely. That lutetium aluminum garnet is so nice. I need to get some moissanite to set around it. That's a sphene. We have a nice sphalerite. Although, I'm trying to figure out how to get that in my collection. Speaking of diamonds, I've got some colored ones still. Yeah. Okay, we looked at some pretty gemstones. Speaking of rainbows. Although, Jesse Jesse ordered a big project, so a lot of a lot of nice stones are going into that. Hey, Treasure. That's not. That's a pin message. All right, let us get back to cutting. Oh. And these are the Montana Sapphires that I'll be showing off tomorrow. So many rocks. I got rocks everywhere. Too many rocks. Wait, can there be such a thing as too many rocks? I don't know, Iris. I can't remember. Yeah, he's having me make him a jewelry box. And it's got to be the nicest jewelry box I've ever really worked on. Okay, what am I... Iris, can you remind me that I need to plug my other phone in like a bit so I don't totally destroy it? Or, you know, the one that's recording is plugged in, but the one I'm reading chat off of isn't. Okay, so for these next facets, I guess it helps for me to explain a little bit. So I am cutting number 8. And you can see how small that is compared to those other facets. So when I'm cutting a small facet like that, it is best for me to right on. Thank you. To do it very slowly. So I'm going to slow this down even more. I'm going to put the gem about here because this is where I know if it's in that area, I get consistency by the sound. Because this stone is so small that is such a tiny, tiny cut. Oh, it's not even touching on this side. Oh dear. Okay. And then the next one is going to be 1236. So basically plus and minus 12 at 41.1. So it's, wait, 39.1? Yeah, 39.1. And then at the same angle, I do 24 and 72, but I need to adjust the height of just slightly. Oh, yeah. Iris, that's kind of like the direction that I'm thinking with that too. Be a really cool brooch, wouldn't it? Okay, 1236. Perfect. 60. And 84. Right? Okay, and then I need 72 and 24, but I need to change the height. Good enough. And 24. Got it. KK. And now for pre-polishing. I was just hoping to clean the rubber. I need a new grommet. Or whatever the hell it is that holds it down. Rubber washer. Okay. I digress. Boom. I need... Alrighty, we throw this on there. Now, I don't pre-polish the girdle, because if the stone's going to come off, that's when it's going to come off. And on, like, it would be one thing if this was going to be a 1.5 carat or above, but it's not going to end up at that size, and I know that, and it just feels like I'm risking it coming off and for no reason. Okay, so I'm going back to the top of the fasting diagram. +3 +9, -3 and 9. So I'll go to -9 first. Just makes it easier. Then 40.05. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Raise it up a little bit. Perfect, perfect. And then turn this on just a little bit. Now, sometimes different properties of the stone will make it hard, seem like a piece isn't pre-polishing evenly. I've learned to just ignore that when that happens. It's usually a sign that there's some optical quality, like a Schiller type effect or something. Honestly, pin it. I saw a girl use a brooch once and cover her skirt pin. Oh, as a cover skirt pin. That's cool. Hey, how's it going, Prairie Girl? I missed your last stream by, like, seconds. Nice, nice, nice. I literally clicked on it, was like, oh cool, Allison's live, and then, no. Just trying to give a little support to another creator that I like. You're fucking awesome. What I just did is kind of a trick I've learned to make it polish a little more evenly on all the facets with this machine. Isn't perfect, but it works well enough. Okay, so 39. So frustrating. Why did my brain forget where I put a receipt and then for it after forgetting Wednesday night where I put it, only to finally remember it's been under. I'm so sorry, Iris. That sucks. sometimes our bodies and minds do not want to work with us. But I totally understand that frustration, and I'm sorry. I can empathize all too well. Okay, it really is going to treat me this way, isn't it? Hey Jerry, how are you doing? Dang, we almost got 20 likes. I really appreciate everyone who's dropped in, hit that like button, hung out, talked, donated. Thank you so much. I feel you, brother. %. Just gotta keep smashing those lemonades. Although I feel like I've run out of sugar too. I just gotta make sure I don't go from making lemonade to making crystal. I'm making crystals. Or faceting them. Okay, boom. Good. Next line. 40 point... Well, no wonder everything was so fucking off. Okay. I'm gonna do all those lines again, because now I recognize what went wrong there. And it was totally me. I'm a little distracted or something. Sounds like dehydrated fruit to me. When life gives you lemons, get a bottle of tequila. I say that, but I don't actually drink anymore. Yo, Will, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? That's more like it. All right, let me give you guys... Wait, let me do the other side, and then I'll give you guys a close-up view of what... Whoa. Cool, okay. Close-up view. Because you can actually kind of see the facets a little better now. Did we hit 20? Hell yeah. Alright. Let me zoom in. So you can see where I pre-polished just now. Do a little bit more just because I noticed under the magnification of the camera that there was... The pre-polish just wasn't perfect. Ouch. So just a little bit more definitely won't hurt. How's your going, Will? Are we on a raid right now? Welcome back, Michelle. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Limoncello either. Motherfuckers. God, Wizards is being a... Oh wait, Blizzard. Blizzard's being kind of a bunch of D-bags about it, aren't they? Yep, that's a D-bag move from Blizzard. It is an Italian liquor, okay. All right, so next line is 40.5. This is what I accidentally tried to pre-polish the last line on. Okay. How am I doing on battery? Less battery than I had when I plugged in. The other phone got about 17%. Fuck it. Can you hear me now? Sorry about that. I messed up. Okay, I'm back. Okay. I'll check it out after the stream. We are back. Rolling. I make about anything in gems or metal that can be asked for. I mean, I make some out there things on custom requests. You would probably be shocked. I mean, jewelry boxes, for instance. Yep. A couple other people have too. Geez, that would be so cool. Iris, you should Google and see if jade flutes. See if that's just a thing out of, you know, Chinese romance or historical romances, or if they were a legit thing. The jewelry box that I'm making right now is, but I've made some out of bone before. I've always wanted to make one out of agate with gemstones in it. Oh wow, my body is... How long have I been going? 2 hours? Oh, that was a pure silver guitar pick, but I've also made them out of agate before too. Do, do, do. Thank you, Prairie Girl. Okay, and 80. Oh man. I would assume so, Iris. If they're even, like, I don't know if they're a real thing or if they're something from mythology. But the Chinese have inspired me on a lot of things because they make a lot of shit out of jade. Like, I need to make myself a stamp or a seal out of agate one of these days. I probably do. I didn't get a great night's sleep last night. One of my meds kept me up till like 5:30, 6. And I was awake by noon, so I'm just... Boy, yeah, you know, is what it is. Okay, up next, I'm skipping girdle lines and going down to Barian Facets 1, that is 61.4. Make sure I've got the right number. And we're starting on number 6, plus 6 minus 6. $90. Wait, why the fuck did I go all the way to 90? The next one is 61.4. Boom. 61 point. There we go. Okay. My bad. Sorry about that. Yes. Happily. So this wheel here changes the... Thank you for that question. A jade seal? Terry, so this here wheel changes the angle at which this arm sits. You notice how it goes down or up as I turn it. And so that gets me the angle of the facet that I want to cut. This here is an index wheel with 96 little numbers on it. So as I twist this, it brings each plane to that angle and allows for them to be cut in the specific manner they need to be cut. To make large adjustments to the height because of the Pythagorean's theorem thing, I turn... See, I didn't even follow my own fucking rule there. This unlocks it and allows me to slide the head up and down the post. And then this little knob up here does a fine-tune adjustment of height. And that allows me to lower it by, you know, millimeters or fractions of millimeters for whatever, to get the stone, the plane flat against the wheel here. Great question. Thank you. Oh, a jade flute. Nice. Thank you for asking, Defining Clay. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. And that you, like, you know, killed it at the festivals. Oh, God. Sorry, I'm gonna get some water. That was a good suggestion. Thank you. It's a little warm in here again. Oh. Thank you, Michelle, for that suggestion. It was necessary. Okay, I better plug in the phone we're streaming off of if I want it to survive much longer. I think you know, I've been thinking of that exact thing, getting Powerade mix. Since I have such a disdain for drinking healthy things. I'm off ever so slightly on my angle. I noticed it pretty quick this time though. I was off 1 degree. Oh, wow. I did not even know that was that dangerous. I mean, I say that being the guy who drinks Monster as if it's safe. Alright, let us readjust the camera. I didn't know that was dangerous. Did it make you feel like sick? You know, nauseous type sick? Well, that's good information. Okay, perfect. Move over to this one. kind of interesting how the symptoms for that can be so similar to the symptoms that happen when you are too dehydrated. 62.25, 62.25, 62.25. Okay, -2 to +2, or from 46 to 50. Looking good. Iris, I feel like that right now. Although, I'm pretty sure I'm also fighting sleep right now, so. Okay. Let's do a close-up of the gem again. And show you guys how it's coming along. So now we just have the starburst that comes out from the center to pre-polish, and then we move on to polishing. This one's going pretty quick, although I have been getting quicker and quicker on these. See, we're about 2 hours and 20 minutes in, and it probably took 90 minutes to do the 90 to 2 hours, somewhere in there, to do the yeah, 39. Much steeper angle, so there we are. Okay. Oh, Terry. Oh wait, no, that's Treasure. Treasure. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. Thank you for popping in like that, and just thank you. And I am planning a bunch of giveaways to try to get the channel up to 20,000. I just haven't gotten the time I need to record the videos to do so. I've been trying just a lot. But yeah, definitely. Also, we're trying to grow the Instagram. It's at celestial_reach, just like the YouTube. I don't know the Facebook, like how to find us on Facebook, because I don't run that one. Treasure. I'm sorry. Okay, it looks like it's not pre-polishing that facet, but I know with how small it is, if I just like keep trying, it will look the same, but it won't, like, it'll make that facet huge and screw up all my meat points and stuff, which I'm not super focused on this one, but I'm trying. I wish I would have known. I didn't think to tell you to, or, you know, I probably should have thought of that too, the gloves. All right, looking good. We're moving to 12. I think it's 39.1. Yes, it is. Instagram is Celestial Reach. Treasure is doing the Facebook promotion on her Instagram. It's been helpful. Hopefully we'll get that part sorted out, although I'm kind of I kind of like that she's building her own social media with it, if that makes sense, and her marketplace presence. I probably should create my own, just because it wouldn't hurt to have an official one, but I think it's important that she's building her infrastructure like that. No, she went to help a friend moving. Why? Although, you know, maybe not for fastening, but for the cab machine, I could totally see wearing a set of like chain gloves, just so you don't your fingertips up. But yeah, I've been like whenever I'm at the festivals, I've been giving away rocks and so is treasure to anybody who scans the QR code that takes them to my Instagram and then subscribes. Which, if you're subscribed and you meet up with me at a festival and you haven't gotten that, just let us know. We'll throw you a crystal or something as a thank you. That makes sense. Terry, the peridot wasn't from you, was it? Because Jess thought it was. It feels too small for me to cut, but I might anyway. Or I might make a cab out of it. I don't know. Opal pendants. Get on the ball. Let's see. I'm glad you're here, Michelle. Thank you for being here. Okay, and then the next one is at the same angle, but it's a different height. So I need to adjust my height up first so it's not touching, and then I can bring it down. And it's 72 and 24. And then we move on to the next part, which is kind of nifty, which is the final polish on the bottom. Well, for my process, I want to get a 50K polish and do a polish and then a super polish, but we're not there yet. Okay, I thought so. The last name looked different. But they were wanting to see what I did with it, and like just kind of a blind purchase. I thought it was a peridot colored Sapphire, so I was like, throw them 20 bucks for it. But it was just a piece of rough peridot, which, you know, they didn't know. They weren't. They just didn't really know what it was worth or anything. And 20 bucks ain't killing me. So I just don't know if it's worth the time to cut or not. But maybe it is. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that you're having a hard time, David. I get it. I sometimes can't get out of bed. And then other times I just have to force myself, and that doesn't always work. Or maybe I should say that's easier said than done. All right. So up next. I need to write something down real quick. I apologize. Sorry about that. Thank you, Terry. We will definitely keep going. We're gonna switch out these. Alright, so this is a copper disc. I need a new one of these. I need a lot of things. Is it frozen? Sorry, no, it wasn't frozen. I had to grab plate. My bad there. Alrighty. But thank you for checking. I really appreciate that. Treasure, if you can hear my voice when you get back, I can measure the depth of that ruby. Which is the nicest ruby that I've ever had in my hand. I'm kind of jealous that it's not going in my collection, but also totally understand. Someday I'm gonna get some like that. Someday. That was kind of like that blue sapphire that I just bought the other day. Middle night. Wait. I'm so sorry to hear that, Michelle. That's very, very, very difficult. Depression sucks. Okay, so I need to use WD-40 as the lubricant on the wheel for this. Now, that means if I have anything to drink or vape around, I don't want it around. Oh my god. Guys, I gotta fill this, so I'm just gonna keep talking while I fill my vape. What was I saying? So this is a 12,000 grit diamond paste that I'll be putting on this. Lubricate it first with a bit of WD-40, and I will have a very slow water drip going. Give me... I think I need to get more vape juice. I'm running low on my nicotine. Do I really need nicotine? Yes, yes I do. For a long time, people would give me shit about, like, I quit everything else, but I still smoked. And I was like, listen, I gave up the heroin. You can't take this and caffeine from me, too. Hello, my jewelry addiction. Sorry for the just way too much honesty sometimes. All right, so there is the lubricant, WD-40. Now, oh, sorry, this is 1400 grit diamond paste. And welcome. I appreciate you coming and checking the channel out. Little introduction, my name is Tyler. I make jewelry. I cut gemstones and I hand fabricate pieces of jewelry around those gemstones, or gemstones I get in other places. We're all addicted to something, ain't that right? Yes, yeah, I switched from that when I got sober. I started learning crafting and making jewelry, and I just fell in love with it. All right, so my first angle back to 40.05. There we go. It is a better choice. Yeah, caffeine. Kind of needed to keep the caffeine. I don't think I need to drink 4 monsters a day. Like, that's a little overboard. But okay. Oh, and I can turn the speed of the polishing up way higher. Oh, thank you. Here, you just gave me an opportunity. Hello, user. You're just getting called user because I can't remember. I know you introduced yourself. Hello, welcome. Thank you. This was a lot of work. It took me about 350 hours to make. It does have a synthetic ruby and 2 synthetic orange sapphires and a synthetic opal, but all the rest of it is natural gemstones. It's adjustable. Although, I need to make it, or I should have made it so that it was adjustable down. I made it so it would fit bigger arms than mine. But I wanted it to, like, for me, close perfectly like this. And now that I've lost some weight, you know, that's a little too loose. So I gotta figure something out. Thank you. It was a lot of work. I want to make another one really bad because I made this about 4 years ago now. Well, I finished it 3 years ago, but I started 4 years ago. Spent about 350 hours over the course of a year on it. And I've gotten so much better at making jewelry. Like, I've learned how to do stone setting. I can set stones in wires like this, or even some of the smaller ones. Like, I could really go all out. For an example, this is some of my more recent wire wrapping work. Sorry to get distracted like that. I'll go back to cutting gemstone in a second. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for showing up and hitting the like button, saying hello. I really appreciate it. Hello, Candy. Welcome. Where did I put all the diamonds? Oh, in my yeah. Doing good. How about yourself? Trying to make up some sapphires to work with in the near future, because I have some ambitions to make some fairly large projects. How are you doing today? Appreciate that. Good to... I'm trying to... Have you made a purchase before on the live streams? There's a couple candies. Oh wow, I'm sorry to hear you're having problems with your hip. Though, I guess that can always be a blessing in disguise. I've got a deformed femur and pelvis hip from childhood, and that is what gave me the opportunity to, you know, start putting so much time into making my jewelry, because I was disabled and had a little bit of income, so I could take the time to learn. That's nice. Yes, 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 yes. I'm doing good. Okay, and then we go to 4839. Aw, thank you. I'm hoping more people start seeing the shorts that I'm trying to put out that are more professional too. Terry, did you see the ones that I put out this week? Not that there's any rush. Yes, Gem Show tomorrow at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I could not tell you what that is for Hawaii. Although I am making an assumption because, you know, plenty of people say aloha as a hello. What the... Right on, right on. I'm trying to get to be more professional looking. I've really got to get the stage, which if anyone is wondering what I mean by that, boom. Okay. So I have a gem display and that stuff. Like back there is my stage to look like I've got a actual jewelry shop, which I kind of do. I mean, it's just surrounded by a bunch of tools, all in my living room and bedroom. I'm bad at time zones too. I've got Central and Eastern kind of down, and like the four main ones, because I've had to learn to communicate with, you know, like Will, and sometimes Jesse moves around. Aw, thank you. It's a jewelry store in the middle of a workshop in the middle of my apartment. But we've been getting more people to come over and check it out too, which is cool. Do 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 do. That is a term we gotta bring back. Dapper. I figure if I'm wearing my ring, I might as well have it like showing off to the camera as much as possible. Alrighty. And that facet's as good as I'm getting it, so we move on to 16. Drink of water. Next angle is 40.5. It'll be alright, Iris. Hopefully they'll figure out what the hell is the problem, you know? And it'll be fixable. Easily fixable. Okay, that's good. Wow, we've almost hit 25 likes. Thank you guys so much. I noticed there's more than 10 people still watching. Like, this is a really good stream when compared to normal analytics. So I just want to thank everybody for being here, for chatting, for hanging out with me, enjoying what I make. I really do appreciate it. Indeed. Surgical intervention is so freaking terrifying. Like, I know I need it, but I keep holding off because I'm like, I can barely survive in the condition I'm in. If it goes wrong, I'm fucked. Excuse my language. Not very professional of me. I'm gonna be a pain. I'm dealing just meh. Sometimes we just have to have faith, Iris, although I totally get it. Like, I'm kind of being hypocritical there because, you know, I'm not following my own advice on the matter. Weight is the other reason I've been avoiding it. I've just started losing weight, which the doctors said was an absolute necessary, and I was like, I don't know if I care enough. Add a little bit more diamond. I don't know that I actually need to, but it feels like, or it looks like this facet is a little off, and you shouldn't use the polishing disc to cut. But sometimes you just have to. Right on, you cut that rock. You look at that rock and say, I'll cut you. Okay. Then I need to go to 64. That is not lip gloss for sure. And I appreciate you you having me on the TV and the phone. Like, that extra watch time really helps, especially, you know, ads. Like, it might make me a whole penny or two, which eventually that stuff is gonna add up. Like, someday this channel's gonna pay the rent by itself, and I'll just teach or whatever, I don't know. Do anything, well, hopefully other than Trax's model of rage baiting and drama. Not that, you know, it works. It fucking works. Can't judge. That it will. That it will. Nice. This side's actually cutting or polishing right. Iris, if you do need surgical intervention, listen to your doctor. When they tell you don't do this for this long, they usually right. But everything's gonna be fine. Wait. Oh, for some reason I saw the word guacifamine and I was like, isn't that cough medicine? Alright, my next one is the Barian Facet 61.4. And +6, -6. I have been heavily interested in glass blowing recently. And it's a good excuse to get the burnout furnace I need. Although I do need to, I need to fix the casting machine. It's got a leaky valve or a tube. Understandable fear, although, you know, usually they are professionals. I would say the horror stories that we see are extremely rare because insurance agencies really don't like malpractice suits. But it's easy to get anxiety on that. All the questions. Okay, and then +2, -2. And that's going to be on 62.25. There is a lot of truth to that. And as Prairie Girl points out, like, I'm not even halfway done with this rock, and I've been cutting on it for more than 3 hours. And it's a small one. Also, like, there's money in this rock just from the fact that we had to find it. Pay to get access to finding it. Although this one was one that, now that I think about it, I bought from a local jeweler who had a bunch of rough just chilling. And I threw a silly lowball offer at him, and he was like, sure, no problem. And I'm like, okay. I'll spend $50 with you right now. Do 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 do. Prairie Girl, I think I know the answer. Star Trek or Star Wars? You're probably a Star Trek girl, I'm guessing. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm trying to visit the mine. We have a day set up for August, and I'm trying to hold on to enough cash to be able to afford to do so. Fingers crossed. That's like, normally I get myself a piece of equipment for my birthday. I can't say that I won't do that. Going to the mine is kind of what I'm hoping to do for that whole thing, and to make a very nice video showing the whole, you know, process there. Did it really just fucking chip that? It's okay. It's on the very corner of the girdle. That sucks. I'm not happy about it. But optically speaking, it won't be noticeable. Like, it won't affect the brilliance of the stone. And this is very likely to end up being a melee type accent stone anyway, unless somebody wants me to put it into something for them, which I would be more than happy to do. 39. 39? 39. We'll probably get there. I do have a festival at the end of the month. I believe it's a Ren Fair even. So, like, if that goes well, I'll slay it, and I'm gonna do a bunch of affordable wire wraps for that. Hopefully with, you know, a couple good gem shows and stuff, we'll get rent paid. And I can get up there. Or maybe, you know, one of the sapphires that I've cut recently will sell, and that'll get us up there. Just gotta keep grinding. It's the secret. Like, I really was not in the headspace to do... Like, I was sitting at my bench earlier trying to figure out what I was going to do, and it just was not working for me. And instead of saying, no, I'll just cancel, which I've done, I did once in the last month, which I don't like, but I was like, nope, we're just going to do something that I don't need to be inspired for. This is a recipe, I follow recipe, everything turns out, and I talk, and yeah. Doc say anything about abnormals? And well, hopefully they're doing their job well, and that just means there's nothing to be concerned about. Okay, then 31.9.1. Very nice, very nice. 36. $60. That's what I'm talking about. 84. And then raise up. Yeah, I do too. The algorithm kind of rewarded me for it too. This stream did really, really well for the whole thing. I had all my friends here. It was a good day. And I agree with you on TikTok. Like, maybe someday I'll set one up, but I'm avoiding it. Boom. Let's take a look at this puppy. Now, I can see that this is not absolutely perfect. I'm not sure, but under magnification, nothing's really perfect. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too anymore, Iris. So yeah, there's today's Sapphire that we at least got halfway done. My next goal, or next up, I will put it in the transfer jig. And I will get it transferred over. Well, hello, Michael. Good night, Good night, Terry. I hope you have a good one. I'm actually calling it a night too. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. Thank you so very much. Yeah, shocking. Right, Iris? Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow for the Gem and Jewels show. That will start at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I will try to get it loaded up pretty much as soon as I undo the stream. Anyway, y'all have a good one, and I will catch you on the flip side. Thank you again so much for hanging out. Looks like we almost hit 25 thumbs ups. Really appreciate it, guys. We will catch y'all on the flip side. So close.